Um, my name is Valencia, and I'm here to talk about manifesting, and this is what it is, okay? So when we're talking about persisting, I see so many people, I see all the time people saying things like, make sure that you're staying in your new reality. The longer that you're in your new reality, is the shorter amount of time that's going to take to materialize. But this is what you need to understand. Persisting it's not just about staying in the state or like continuing to repeat the affirmations for a long time, like for 30 minutes or an hour at a time. It's not about that, and you don't have to stay in the state all day. What's more important when you persist is to catch yourself when you leave the state and bring yourself back. You need to be focused on doing that more often, because this is what it is. When you have a test in school and then the night before you spend hours and hours studying, yeah, you might be able to recall some of that information for the test, but a week later, 2 weeks later, you're not going to remember it. You know why? Because you didn't really learn it, you just memorized it. When I'm playing the violin, and if you're a musician, then you will get this. Or even if you're an artist, if you practice drawing, you know that if you want to get better at something, you can't just pull out your violin, take out the piano, and then play for 5 hours one week and then not play at all for a week or for 2 weeks. And then, 2 weeks later, then you play for 5 hours again. You will actually, even though you're doing more, even though you're working harder, you will actually make less progress than someone who simply takes out their piano, takes out their violin, gets out their books every single day and studies even for just 15 minutes. I love Sammy and I love her 10-minute method. I do that too. But even if it's just 10 to 15 minutes every day, you will see more progress over time doing that consistently than you will if you, let's say maybe you didn't take time to think about what you want and affirm for 2 days, and then so on the third day you do it for 30 minutes, but then you don't do it for 2 more days at all, and then on the sixth day, I can count, I promise. And then you try and do it for 30 minutes again. You're not going to see progress as fast as you do when you are doing it consistently, even if the consistency is for a shorter period of time in each session. And I will link that below. But even just playing the violin, I notice like sometimes I'll be like, oh, I didn't practice before I saw my teacher. So I need to practice like for 2 hours today to make up for it. No, like a lot of times, like in that 2 hours, I'll get frustrated. It doesn't feel like I'm making gains as quickly. But when I just take 10 minutes, 15 minutes every day and pull out my violin, maybe once in the morning, I don't even practice 15 minutes at a time in a row. And I don't always affirm for 10 minutes in a row either. I might affirm for 10 or like 5 minutes in the morning and then 5 minutes in the afternoon, like when I'm on a walk. I'll just do it whenever. But I'm constantly going back to it. I don't do it and then say, okay, it's done. I've done it. I don't need to worry about it for the rest of the day. Don't do that. If you're doing that, then you're cutting yourself off. You're stopping yourself from getting your manifestation because you're thinking that it's the amount of time you're spending in the state that's doing it, but that's not what's making it natural for you. What's making it natural for you is you coming back to it again and again. So even if this is actually great news, because let's say you are maybe a sensitive person, maybe a nervous person, maybe an anxious person. Maybe I'm talking about myself. Maybe not. If you are sensitive and anxious, like this video, show me I'm not alone. But this is good news for us because it just shows that even though like we feel this way, even though we might have emotions that come in during the day, you might fall out of the state. It's okay as long as you get yourself back in the state, as long as you catch yourself. So the whole point of this video, what I want you to take away is that it's not about doing it. It's not about just running marathons over and over again. That's not what you're doing. You're just continuing to do this every day, no matter how short it is, and coming back to it. Don't put your focus on staying in the state. Put your focus on coming back to it when you fall out of it. And let me know what progress you make. Let me know what you've manifested after watching my videos, because that makes me happy. It makes me feel useful. And I want to know that this is working for you. I want you to get what you want. So, okay, I love you so much. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye.